One question that will change the relationship with your kids. Hi everyone, Caitlin Hockin here from ChildWise. Welcome to my channel, ChildWise Chatter, where you can learn to bring more conscious awareness to your relationship with your kids. So today I want to talk about the one question that will change the relationship with your kids. So you might have asked a lot of questions about your children's behavior and tried to solve the problems you're having within your family. And you might have found answers, but things don't seem to change long term. So you might really feel like you have tried everything. And if that's you, I'm going to include a link below to a video I did about that, because that might be exactly what's in the way of you being able to change how things are. But when you learn to ask it regularly, as in every moment when things are going a bit pear-shaped, there's one question that will change everything for your family. And it might be one that you have never considered to ask. We tend to do things like, oh my God, what is wrong with them? What did I do to deserve this? How can I carry on? But this one question is different. The question is this: what is going on inside me? Okay, just sit with that for a minute. Now, the reason is that whatever is happening inside of you in any moment of challenge with your kids is the one thing you have control over. You do not have control over what your children do. You do not have control over what the rest of the world throws at you. You do not have control over what anybody else thinks or does or says. But you do have control over what happens inside of you. So I'm going to break this down because there's layers to it. So many things happen inside of you in every challenging moment with your child. There are feelings, often big ones. There are unmet needs. Often they've gone chronically unmet for quite some time. There are thoughts. There are also expectations of how this moment should be unfolding or how your children should be behaving. There might be lots of shoulds happening. There might be memories that you're not even aware of in that moment, but memories, we have a memory bank called implicit memory, which is not the same as conscious memory, but the implicit memories that we have are kind of stored in our body and in our brain. So they might be coming into play. Unconscious beliefs are coming into play, and I've talked about that in previous videos. Certainly in every moment of challenge with your child, your nervous system is being activated. So it's a physiological response. Often you might go into fight, or you might want to flee. You might just want to get out of there. That's your nervous system doing what it's beautifully and exquisitely designed to do. And also your attachment system is coming into play. So the experiences you had really early on, unless you've done lots of work around that, are coming into play. Your attachment system, it's a system just like your nervous system. Well, not just like, but you know, it's part of you. It's part of your body. So you can only begin to control any of these things. So that's a lot, right? That's a lot. You can only begin to control any of them or change any of them when you are aware of them. So how do we get to this place of awareness for what we're bringing to every interaction with our kids? Just by, the main way is by reflecting when things do go a bit wrong, a bit crazy. So I want to give you an example. So I have boys and they fight. I don't know that there are any siblings that never fight. So potentially you have siblings, you have more than one child, and you experience fighting in your family. So I want to just unpack this and see maybe what happens for you when you feel really triggered by the fighting. And it's really normal to feel really triggered by the fighting. So let's just unpack it a bit and see what might be coming into play there. So your feelings, let's start with that. Maybe there's anger there, just frustration. Maybe there's also some sadness. Like you notice that it feels sad to watch them not getting along. And maybe there's some anxiety for you. Your unmet needs, you just want peace. You just want ease. You just want to be able to cook the frickin' tea without having to go and deal with that. So really, maybe you're just wanting harmony. All of those things are coming into play there. Your thoughts. This is important. What's going on inside your head in that moment? I just want them to be friends. Maybe there's memories there for you as well. Maybe you have a sibling that you actually don't have a great relationship with in your adult life. And maybe you really wish that you did have a better relationship with your siblings. So that could be coming into play. Memories of what it was like for you. Maybe you were the youngest, maybe you got picked on, maybe you were kind of bullied by an older sibling, and thoughts that, fears, they're gonna need each other one day. And what if they have a terrible relationship with their adults and when they're adults, and what if they can't go to each other, with the stuff that maybe they can't come to us with, or maybe we won't be there anymore, and who are they going to have? And this is all playing out, causing that anxiety, like, oh my God, I've got to make this stop. So then there are some expectations maybe going on. Brothers should tolerate one another. Brothers should be friends. So check in on those expectations. Are they realistic? And I'm telling you, brothers will never be friends 100% of the time. There are going to be times when they're downright enemies, and that's part of their learning of relating to others. So memories. You might have memories of just being rejected, being ridiculed, being hated by a sibling. So all that's coming up. And the unconscious beliefs that were formed because of those memories, maybe they're along the lines of, I am alone. I don't have anybody that gets me. I don't have anybody to turn to. Your nervous system, okay, with all of that coming into play, your nervous system is interpreting this whole thing as quite dangerous. Your threat mechanisms are being activated, and you might go into fight. You might just want to go and yell at them to make them stop, or you might just want to get the hell out of there and just like, okay, how long can I leave this before they're going to kill each other? So when we can start to bring awareness to all of this stuff that's inside of us in these moments, we can separate it out from what is actually happening in that moment and make a really neutral observation of what is happening, as though we're watching it through a movie screen, a video recorder, or sportscasting it to other people. And when we can do that, we can actually respond from that place rather than responding from all of our fears, all of our anxieties about the future, all of our, possibly unrealistic expectations from our nervous system that's gone into fight. It can be complex, but it doesn't have to be. I have got an invitation for you just to experiment with this in reflection. So you're not going to be able to do it in the moment straight off the bat. We need to do a bit of reflecting when it happens to start to just untangle what is it that I'm bringing to these moments. So in the link below, you can download a reflection sheet PDF that I've created for you to try this out. Just try it out for a week if you can. Every day when things go a bit hairy, just reflect on those questions I've got there for you on the sheet to see what is it that I am bringing into this moment. And then we can start to neutralize it so that you can start to respond from a place of choice, from a place of what is actually happening, and then move into the teaching part for your boys, not necessarily your boys, your siblings, so that they can learn the skills they need to get along as they grow. So thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.